Why does the Bible say someone should not steal? Is it wrong? Is it moral? Is it religiously an issue? Kabbalah say no. A person should not steal for one reason. When you steal something, you are taking the energy of it without the vessel. You did not earn that money, so you don't have a spiritual vessel for it. So this money that you took is basically like bringing 1,000 watts of energy to a 60-watt bulb. It will cause chaos for you. That's the only reason. Not because I don't steal, not because society would like shame me or I could go to jail. Like that's how a lot of people think. Because if there were no laws and nobody knew and you could just take whatever you want, how many people would do it? A lot of people would do it. But if I knew I could steal and nobody would know about it, I know energetically I'm taking energy, but I don't have the vessel to hold it, and it's going to cause me chaos. So actually, I don't want to ever bring energy that does not belong to me. And here's something else that's really powerful. One of the things I always ask the Creator is, I only want the wealth that is meant for me this year. I do not want a penny more, I don't want a penny less, because both will cause chaos. If I try to take wealth from someone else or someplace else that does not belong to me, or is not part of my vessel, then I have an overflow of energy and I'll have chaos. If I do not take what is mine, I take less, then I'm going against the thought of creation, which is the Creator wants me to be fulfilled. In both cases, this is a short circuit. So we have to all align and stop trying to just make things happen or make business happen or make wealth happen and connect to, wait a minute, what is actually meant for me? Dating, same thing. Trying to take, just because you're attracted to a woman doesn't mean she's yours. Just because you feel something doesn't mean it's part of your vessel. So Kabbalah says you pause and you ask the universe to say, hey, is this person meant for me? If you still feel after the asking that there's an energy there, then you can pursue. But making that first pause actually involves creation as opposed to me coming from my own lack, my own issues, and my own fears to try to engage. The greatest way to break a limited belief around receiving abundance is to spend time with people who have already broken it. And the person that I married 13 years ago, Mary Ruth, I learned she did not have this belief. And the first time I saw it...
Which belief?
That...
Scarcity belief?
Scarcity belief.
She didn't have it.
She did not have it. And I'll tell you the first example of it. When we were in debt, and I shared this in the last podcast, we were in debt, and we had no money, 6 months behind in rent, and like literally like sleeping on the floor, no income, debt, all these things. She came to me and said, I want to start nutrition. And I said, what do you mean we're going to start nutrition? She's like, I love health and wellness. I'm going to leave being a real estate agent, which she was doing well. She'll make $30,000, $40,000 a month, in just enough to pay off the debt payments that we had that she inherited from her family after the deaths of her brother and father and her mom getting sick. So she's like, I'm going to leave my career making $34,000 a month. I'm going to do nutrition consulting. I said, I get that's your passion, but I mean, this is absurd. She's like, no, don't worry. I have complete certainty it's going to work out. So she's created a program for $3,000, and then she just basically told everybody, I'm going to give you one free session for an hour, and if you like it, sign up for my program. She had 11 sessions a day. She always signed up one person, and boom, boom, boom. And that was the genesis of Mary Ruth Organics, because it actually started as a health and wellness coaching program. Then when she became fully booked, it became a video program. And then when that was kind of like realizing there's a limit there, we created a product. And then we changed the name of the company from $1 Million Lunchbox to Mary Ruth Organics. That was the original name of she called it $1 Million Lunchbox because she had this belief that if you want to be very successful in life, you should always carry a lunchbox around so you always have the food that you need. Then you'll have the energy you need and you'll have the consciousness you need so you can manifest something.
That's interesting.
Cute name.
Yeah.
Right. So then the second thing she did, a year later, she's like, when we still had no money, she's like, I'm going to go get an office. We didn't have WeWork back then, it was Regis. I said, you're going to get an office? She's like, yeah, it's $5,000 a month. And I'm just going to go get it because once we get the office, the energy will open up and the business will go to its next level. I said, that's ridiculous. And she said, I'm going to go do it. And she went and did that. And then the next thing she said is, we're going to move to LA because that's be closer to our factory. I said, we don't have the money for that. She's like, don't worry, I got a loan. I'm like, you got a loan? She's like, yeah, I got a loan for 22%. I said, you got a high interest loan to move us to LA. She's like, we got to think that way. We just got to go. She took the loan, she moved the family, and then that was one of the best things that happened. And then she kept doing things over and over. She's like, we're going to get you a nice car. I said, we can't afford a nice car. She's like, I need you to be comfortable. I need you to be focused. I need you to not have something that's going to break down because I need you to be that way.
So you're the scarcity mindset.
I was completely the scarcity mindset.
She was abundant mindset.
Always. So she always, and the lesson here is, obviously spend time with people who don't have it. You know, who your romantic partner is, who your friends are. You are inheriting their belief systems at every moment. Every moment you spend with them, you're inheriting it. I've become, and I know you're the same way, I've become so sensitive to, if I spend 20 minutes with somebody, I'm learning that I am taking on their vessel.
Yeah.
And so we have to be extra cautious of who we're spending time with and who we depend on for energy, because the energy transfer happens on a soul level when you depend on someone. Because I was coaching all day long, meeting people, you know, who had challenges and problems, and people were like, well, aren't you inheriting their belief systems and vessels? Only when you depend on them. Meaning a friend, a romantic partner, a client that you absolutely need for your wealth or your that's
livelihood.
Yeah, livelihood. You never want to be in a position when you need someone, because then you begin to inherit their negativity and inherit their belief systems. So I've learned, like when I spend time with you, or when I spend time with other people who are successful financially, or even a successful father, or a successful, like someone who's really good at fathering, I'll spend time with them and my vessel will expand. My empathy for my children will expand. My belief system of love will improve. And it's so interesting because science is showing us that when you kiss someone, you inherit their microbiome, right? So your gut changes. Your whole body chemistry changes.
Isn't that interesting?
So people don't understand spiritually, the moment you kiss someone, because Kabbalah explains that the breath is a platform for the soul. So the breath and the soul are intertwined. And so when you kiss someone and the breath is exchanged, the souls begin to intermingle, which means the belief systems begin to intermingle, which means the desires begin to intermingle, and you begin to inherit the essence of who they are, which is very fascinating.
Wow.
So on a physical level, we're interchanging belief systems and desires, but we're also doing it on a spiritual level.